there. Welcome tonight. So glad to see you. I'm Peggy from Craft Creations by Peggy, and I'm just going to hop on here and make sure that we are live, okay? Let's do this. And I'm also going to say hi to everyone on here. And I am. Voila. This is so fast. Let me just write on here and say hi. How's everybody? I'm on. There we go. Now, hi. Hi. Okay, I think I got it. There. Well, what's new? It's kind of hot today here where I live, and I hope that you're all surviving. I hope that if you're in Spokane, Washington, that you are not burnt up. Boy, is that scary. Anyway, welcome. Tonight, as you can probably see, we are going to do the August Club. And the August Club is, of course, for August. And it's got this beautiful transfer right here. And we're going to make something really pretty. And these come out monthly if you are a subscriber. And if you would like to be a subscriber, I would love it if you would give me a call, a message, or message me on here. I would love it. And you get one of these every month in a package. The package that I just took it out of is not the general package that you would get. You would get it in your own envelope. You would get however many packages of color that you would need for this particular project, okay? So you, in this one is Dune. And this is chalk paste, okay? And the chalk paste can be watered down a little bit if you need to with distilled water. Okay, and then we have espresso. Espresso is a chocolate brown. Yeah. And then we have our bright white, okay? So before you get going for your project, you want to take this and you want to knead that a little bit, and that is just like stirring it up in the jar. What I always do is I push it down to the other end, away from the color at the top, like so. And you can buy these instead of the jars. You know, you always see me using some jars, and I always show you what they look like. If you feel like that you're not going to use the jars and it's just too much, you can buy a packet, and a packet lasts you a good 3 or 4 projects. You just have to take the air out, tape it down. I always cut it, tape it down, and then put it in a baggie and take the air out of it, and then you can save them, okay? Then we have this surface that we're going to use tonight, and this is going to be the main surface. And then we're going to open this up, this little critter in here, and we are going to put it in the middle. And I am going to show you the way that I would like, or however it works out, but it's kind of fun. And it does have little stickies that you can stick this on to the middle like that when we're done. So we're going to have a little sign that's going to go just like that, okay? So we're going to do 2 pieces, and then it's got little tabbies that you can put on the back and stick it there, okay? So we have that. So let's get our transfer out of the way here, and our boards, because I want to paint the board first. So we're going to paint these first, and I'm going to set that right over there. And I have a little piece of, I don't know, I got it at the dollar store, and it just sits on the top of my counter so that I don't get everything on it, okay? And I am totally messy Marvin. And I have a brush over here that I'm going to use. And I got this brush in one of my Chalk Couture kits, and I'm really happy with it. It's nice and soft, and it's just lovely. So I am going to open this. And this is going to just be my rendition. If you would like to do this anyway, your way, It is great. Okay, so these come also, they're little color trays, and there's 24 in a pack, and they wash up beautifully. If you wash them right away when you're done, they work amazing. And then I have my wet wipes. They're already right out here. I got to get a pair of scissors. I forgot to leave them in my bag, so let me grab them. Oh, here we go. Right behind me, I have a pair of scissors. All right, so I'm going to take this dune and I'm going to cut the bottom. Cut the bottom off just like that. And then I'm going to open this up so that there's an opening in there. And then I'm going to take one of my stir sticks and I'm going to open it up and I'm going to dip it out. Okay, I'm just going to take it right here and I'm going to dip it out just like so. And I'm going to put some in my dish. Okay, and then I am going to put a little bit of water in there and stir it up just a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to squirt my board there and just dampen it because it likes to soak it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to dip that in and I'm going to paint this, okay? And if there's not enough, I can make some more. But generally speaking, there's usually enough, okay? I mean, if you want it to be more, you certainly can. And so I just want to get this really looking a little bit rustic, okay? So we're just going to go like so. And we're just going to put that on there and get that kind of rubbed in. And you can do it two ways. You can use the brush or you can use your wet wipe, okay? And then you just get that on there just the way you want it. And I just want to go around those edges just a little bit more. I don't want to be out of camera for you. So if you're hopping on, please say hi and tell me where you're from. I love it when I hear where you're all from. I'm from, now it's sunny. I'm from Washington State, Western State. And it isn't quite, we don't have quite as nice a weather as you usually, but see there, that's what I want that to look like, okay? So I want just a little more around the edge there, and it does kind of soak in, and we are going to put that on the top. So if you want just a little more around the edges, just take that brush and or whatever you have and just go around your edges, and it is really fun. It's because you can do this just exactly your way. All right, so I'm going to set that right over here. And then I'm going to wipe off what I've done. And this little mat, these come from the dollar store. I think there's like 2 in a package. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe off everything over here. And then I'm going to wipe off my little, just so you can stay kind of clean and keep going, okay? I do have enough for to do everything, but you know, why bother? I mean, if you're just sitting there, you know, with yourself and you're not teaching somebody else, just clean that right up. And see, I've got 3 here for my stuff. Okay, now you could go like this too. And you could take a paper towel and just put it right on the paper towel like this and paint it also, okay? And if you want more paint on the other guy over there, you can dry it and come back and add some more, okay? You can add a little bit more if you're feeling like you want it to look just a little more distressed or a little more, you know, kind of, you know, just your own take on it, okay? And so we'll do that and get that kind of dry so when I come back, we are ready. And I believe I have my, yeah. I'm going to use a glue gun because, you know, I can. And there we go. Okay, so that looks great. Okay, so now this one I am going to paint with my espresso, okay? So here's the espresso, here's the bottom. I had enough of that Dune, and I might use it again, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to take and cut this off right at the bottom there. We're going to open this up. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing, but I am going to put it right on there. I'm not going to use my, okay, I'm just going to go just like that. Set that right there. Oops. And then I'm just going to take my brush and just brush this on, okay? So you don't have to do a lot. It's not huge. It's not rocket science. It's just really fun. It's just giving you a great idea of exactly how you would like to do it. Give you thoughts of going, well, I don't know if I like doing it her way. I'd like to do it a different way. And that's perfectly fine. Oh, yes. This is just for you to try it on your own and give you an idea of how it works and what you would like to do. All right, so there's what it looks like. You see that? Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're going to dry this. Dry that real quick. And it really soaks in really good. So, you know, it's pretty cool. And when it gets dry, it'll get a little bit lighter, okay? So I will probably, looks like I'll probably do one more coat. If you love easy DIYs and if you love really fun things to do with fun people and a good time to come and watch and hang out, you are in the right place. I love having you here. Okay, see how fast that dries? Isn't that amazing? Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit more on here. I feel like I didn't get as much as I kind of would like. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more to my board here. And like I said, it does soak up a lot. So use what you have and take your brush. And if you need a little bit of water, just add just a little bit on your brush, okay? And then just rub that around, take off some of the wet, and then just go in and paint up, paint away, because the chalk dries nice and fast and makes it really fun and easy to use. And if you're using acrylics or stuff like that, it takes forever. So, okay. So there we go. We got that all painted up nice and even. Sticking my fingers in it, but that's what it looks like right there. Okay, so that's what it looks like. All right, so I'm just going to move that over, trade places with my other. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside because I will stick my fingers in it. Look, Messy Marvin struck again. All right, now. Okay, I'm just getting it off of here because I don't want to get it on everything. I'm very good at it. I'm very good at it. If you would like to join club, join my team, you can just go on to the beginning of my page right here. Right at the top, when you log out, go to Craft Creations by Peggy. You just go on the top, tap on join, and then at the top of that ribbon, across the top of the screen, you can see Club Couture or Perks. And we have both. You can join both. You can join one. Perks is amazing. You just get all kinds of good deals every month. You don't have to buy a club, or you can buy a club and have perks too. But if you would like information on that and a little bit more personal and involved, just give me a message, okay? Okay, that's pretty close to being dry, so I'm just going to let that sit. I just want to make sure that this is dry. Feels dry, feels great. All right, so now I'm going to set that over here too. I'm going to put this right here. And then we're going to take our fuzzing cloth and set this out right here. Okay. Yeah, I have a little piece sticking up there. I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. And they do get stained a little tiny bit. I have a little bit of a stain there, but it doesn't matter. When you wash them, you want to hand wash these, and they're good to go. Okay, so this one has fall is proof that change is beautiful. And then at the top it says welcome home. So I think this is going to be kind of fun. So let's see what we're going to do. I know we're going to use the background on all of them. And I'm going to get this out here on the fuzzing cloth. Remember, take it out of the package. Don't cut it. It's got the little flapper there. One little doodad when you're starting, if you just take that and tap that down on the inside, when you go back to put your transfer back in the package, it won't stick to the back. Once you get it in, then you can peel it off right here. And pull that out on the bottom. And voila, you've got it all fixed up and it's inside. The fun part about it is it's got a hanger and then it's got the directions on the back. Okay? So I will say, I'm going to put this on my fuzzing cloth. And the reason why you put it on your fuzzing cloth is so that it sticks to nothing and picks nothing up. It's very extremely sticky. And so you really just want to keep it from stretching. And if you have wood or you've painted your surface, you don't want to pull that up. You don't want to take the sticky and pull up whatever you're using. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right on there. And I'm going to set that up just a little bit. And I am going to wax my surface here just a smidge. Just a little smidgy, because we are going to put this transfer over the whole thing. So I'm just going to take this and wax it. And that just tells it not to pick up the paint that we've already put on there, okay? That's all. Okay, and then you just do that, and then you buff it out. And you can honestly tell when it's full because it doesn't have any, it just glides right across there. So I'll put a little bit more there. I could feel it. Might not have got enough, but I try to be very careful. I don't really want to put a lot on there, just enough, okay? Just enough. So that's ready to go. This one over here, the brown one, I'm not sure how far, a little bit more dry. I think it needs to be a tiny bit more dry. Okay, then I always put my little tab back inside. That way I know where it is. So when I'm carrying it or going somewhere, I can take it with me. All right, so we have that ready. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fuzz that a time or two more. And then I am going to move that. And then I'm going to put this. Now I'm going to take my backer sheet, the sheet that it comes on, and I want to do the background, okay? I just want to do the background of part of this little guy right here, okay? So I'm going to lay this on here where I want it and put that right down on the corners. And I've got it lined up just beautifully. And then I'm going to lay that down. And then I just want to leave, I don't want to worry about my transfer getting anyplace else. So if I put my backer sheet on it, let me see if I can pick that up and show you. So see, I just did that, all right? I just did it, and it protects my transfer there, okay? Now, I'm going to take my espresso, and I already have some over here in my package. So I'm going to take some out. I'm going to put a little bit on here and just go like so. And I'm going to get my squeegee. Take my squeegee. Remember, the side is slanted down. So I hope you can see that. It's slanted down just like a squeegee. You're going to turn it over. See the little round circle on top? You're going to put your thumb right in there. And then you are going to take it and you're going to hold that and you're just going to go down your surface. And then that just glides it just exactly where it's supposed to go. Okay? So it should work perfectly for you. And if there's not enough paste, you can always go back and get some more. Okay? Now it looks like I'm going to need just a tiny bit more. And then I just turn that over a little bit. We'll see. It goes a long way. So then you can just take your excess and you want to make sure that you look down at it real good and get all the white spaces, okay? So I think we got them all. We got enough. You take the excess and you put it right there. And I'm going to come around here and I'm going to pull this up so you can see it. And voila, you're going to see that I made my leaves. And that looks so good. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that fun? And so that is how that works. Okay, now if you decide to do it, you can do whatever you wish. All right. So now I'm just going to place it back down on my sheet like that. Okay. And then I'm going to turn that around this way, I think. And I'm going to dry it. Okay. And I'm just going to dry that nicely. That is so cute. That is really cute. Okay, so I see what I did. I did make a bit of a mistake. And I will tell you what I did is when I took the bottom of my transfer, I took the bottom of it and I put it right all the way to the bottom of there. Well, the design is clear up here. So I did make a little bit of a mistake. So once this is done, I can go in here and go just like so and lift this up. And I'm going to try to do it, okay? I'm going to go over this. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. See if I can make a big old mess, right? Let's get that out of the way. Let's do this. So every once in a while, there's a miscalculation, and I did make a miscalculation on the bottom. I'm sorry, but it happens. It happens to all of us, and then you kind of wonder what you can do to make it better, right? Okay, so this is what I'm going to choose to do, all right? I'm going to choose to put this on here, and I am going to just put it on there like so, and then I'm going to take and put it like that. Just get it right, because I only want part of it to stick out, okay? Just like that, okay? So I got part of it sticking out, the other part's on there. So I'm going to take this right here, turn it around again, and I'm going to put it right on the bottom. And I'm just going to put enough, just so that there's a little tiny bit on the bottom, okay? And then I'm going to take a little bit of my espresso. Now, you notice I didn't push it down hard, right? And I'm just going to put a little bit on my squeegee. And it's fun. It's really fun to fix something up that you thought maybe you couldn't fix, okay? And then you just take that and put that across, okay? And just go to the bottom and have a good old time, okay? And then we're going to take that off. We're going to peel that. And then we're just going to take it off. And we got it, okay? So it just comes down to the bottom and you can fix it, all right? Gosh, I did that twice. Wow, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, and then I can just put it right there and do just a tiny bit on the bottom, okay? There. And there we have it. Okay, so you can mess around and lay that back down. You just have to be careful you don't go off. All right, so we got that. Now I'm going to set that right over there. And we got it all the way around. Now, that was my little mistake. And you know what? I'm glad I got to show you how to do that because sometimes mistakes happen. Okay, now, and usually it's judging how far you need to go, where you need to go, and how you need to do it, okay? So it's not a big deal. Okay, now I'm going to share with you one more thing now that we got that. Okay, now I want to put that aside right up there. And this over here, I gotta see how far that's gonna go here. Oh yeah, that's just about right. Okay. All right, so we're gonna clean off this a little bit. So I'm just gonna clean this off a little bit. Okay. Look how that comes right through. Isn't that crazy? Crazy stuff. So I love having these backer sheets because they help you do everything. You can just take all that off. And I know this is a little longer than what you thought, but this is kind of a learning curve for those of us who still are learning. And, you know, like I've told you guys in many, many of my lives, I've been doing this for 6.5 years and I still learn every day, okay? So I'm going to put this on here and I want to clean this a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to clean that a little bit and get the most part off of it, okay? And I'm going to pull it off. And like I said, this little table thing or whatever you want to call it works pretty darn good. Okay, and look at that. That comes right up. Okay, and then I'm going to put that back down just a minute with some water. We want to keep that clean. And I'm going to come over here with my wet wipe. And I'm going to wipe this off. And look at how that comes up. Can you see that? It just comes right up. Take my paper towel and swipe it just clean. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to use this on the other one, and I chose to do it a different color. And I always have to be different. Okay, so I just take my wet wipe and push that right through to the other side, okay? And just get that good and clean. Okay, and then you can see that when it comes out there. Okay, then you can turn it over. And then you can wipe this side and get it good and clean, okay? Now, I'm going to get one of my little cleaning things that we use, and that will help to get this even cleaner, okay? So, okay, so I have my board eraser. I grabbed it, and I'm just going to go like so. And that just pushes that right through, okay? Pushes it right through, gets everything off. See that? Look. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then I'm going to take it on the other side. And I'm going to wipe that off. And it's nice and clean, okay? And paper towel again, and towel it up and get it dry. Okay? And then after you get done with that, then what you do is you put it in your fuzzy cloth on the non-terry side, okay? The non-terry side. And look at that. Look how clean that came up. And we are all clean. We're ready to use this again. So when you're doing a project It's really fun to know this, because then if you make a mistake and you're going, oh, shoot, this is so bumming. Okay, then you take and put it in the inside of the non-terry side. And then you just fold it over and you dry it. Okay. Now you don't want to dry it with the blow dryer too close. All right. You can use the blow dryer, definitely. And you can certainly feel how wet that is when you put it back on. But the reason why is you don't want to ruin the sticky on it. Okay. But what I do sometimes is, because I'm doing this tonight and I need to use this, I just hold it up and air it out a little bit. I take very lightly and blow it out just a little bit, okay? All right. And then set that aside with my backer sheet. Ta-da! And we are ready to go again, okay? So this is very fun and very informative, so that you know exactly how to take care of something when you need to, okay? Just dig that up under there. But this little sheet right here is really good, especially for a small area. Okay, now we're back to this piece right here. We've already got this one. Look how cute that looks. That was great. If I would have paid attention, I wouldn't have had to do all that. So that's what happens. I just did not pay attention. Now I painted this, so I want to go on here, and I just want to put a little bit of wax on here. And if you can see that where you got your wax, that's awesome. If you can't, just feel how smooth it is when you get done, okay? Real quick, real easy. That just glides right over it just like butter, okay? And you don't have to go slow. You don't have to rub quietly. You just get going, okay? Now, and here again, we are going to put in the middle of this, I am going to put, I'm going to put this right here in the middle, because I really like these little leaves. I think they look great. So now I'm going to put Dune on that. All right, let me grab a wet wipe and my stir stick and wipe that off. Okay, so we're going to put Dune on here. I'm just going to go in there like that and get another squeegee. Once again, put your thumb on the middle, and then you're just going to take your squeegee down and go right to the top and go over it just like that. And just get it at the top where you had it and go to the edges. Now, I put this in the middle this time so I didn't miss anything, okay? So the last time I should have raised it up over the letters and where it goes. I just didn't measure right. Some kind of ADHD, you guys. Yeah. All right, and then you get all your little lines out and you are golden. And then you just put that over in your tray. And then we are going to take that and I'm going to show you what this looks like. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that is. That's gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to set this right over here out of my way, because we still have words to put on here. Okay, now I'm going to dry it. And I'm really, look, isn't that beautiful? It's gorgeous. Oh, Brenda, you just came in on my little boo-boo. I did do a little bit of a boo-boo, but I fixed it. And if you just hopped on, let me show you the first one. I painted these just the opposite. So we have espresso, we have Dune, and we have white. And our transfer, I missed the bottom when I put the transfer on, so I had to wash my transfer and come back on and redo the bottom, and of course rinse off my transfer a little bit. So I'm at the point where this one's dry, and this one I just did. Is it hot where you are? We've had some warm weather, but it started yesterday. It was almost 90, and today it's just all windy and sunny, but not very warm, about 72. This is really a fun transfer. I mean, I definitely made a little bit of a boo-boo, but it was fun to share how I picked that back up and cleaned my transfer and showed how to fix that. Okay, so let's set this one aside, and I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of wax on this one. Again, just because we did the leaves on there. And no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I take that back. I take that back. This one I'm going to set aside. This one, I'm going to wax this. I'm going to make sure this is dry. I'll make sure that's dry because I got to wax it. I forgot where I was, didn't I? It's not hard. I feel like it's Monday. Yeah, it took me a little bit to go back because I had to dry my transfer and come back. What I did was, I guess I could tell you it's like watching paint dry, but what I did was I set my transfer on the bottom. I set it too high, so I went out of the line with my project. Okay, so then I had to go back in and fix it. And yeah, it's pretty hard to tell that I did it wrong, but I did it down this side. And if you look real close, you can see where I went back in and had to put about 1/4 of an inch strip back on there. But it was really good because I got to show people who've never done it before, and that's the whole name of the game, right? Okay, so I am going to add a little of this on here. And look how cute that looks. That is just so, this is really pretty. I'm really impressed. I'll be honest. Okay, so that's all buffed with a tiny bit of wax. And, ooh, 106. Oh, man. I wish we could just share a little bit. We just have so much wind and it's just cold. Oh, I didn't put that back in. All right, now, here we have the transfer. Now, you want to be careful. We talked about this before. You want to be careful because it's sticky on the back. So I'm just going to be careful. And I'm going to put this down on the back of what we've already done because I'm just using it for like a backer sheet, okay? Because I don't want to get it on everything. All right, there we go. So I have it stuck like that, okay? So now we're going to take the words down here and we're going to put them on our board and we're going to put it this way. So I'm going to place it on here just like this. Welcome home. I'm going to put that as close to the middle as I can. I think that's just about correct. And if it's not, you can do wherever you would like. So I think that looks pretty cute. Pretty good, I'm not sure. But it's off-centered on the paper. So I did turn that around. I can redo that. Let me just put it right about there. Let's put it right about there. Does that look straight? Wow, really? That's crazy. I wish we got a little bit more. Of course, I'm inside. I think that looks pretty straight. What do you think? Does that look straight? I know it's hard to see. It's really hard to see with the brown, but I think it's straight. And if you would like it a little bit straighter, that's okay. Okay, so this is kind of cute. So now we have white left in our project base that comes in your packet with your stuff. So let's make welcome home white. Let's make welcome home with your bright white, okay? So then we're going to take and cut that off just like I showed you. And we're going to take a little bit of this and open it up. And we're just going to take some of our paste and put it down. And that should be plenty. And then this, opening it like this makes it work really well to put it back in your packaging and save it for your next project. Okay, then I'm going to grab another squeegee. Remember to put your thumb on the middle of the circle and don't get that part over there because I didn't cut this out. So just get only the project that you need, okay? And if I get my head and my nose right in there, right where it belongs, I know exactly where to be. Okay. And there we go, voila. And it really is honestly that quick. And then I'm going to pull this up lift that up for you to see. And look at that. Isn't that awesome? It turned out awesome. Now, I'm going to pull this off a little bit and then lay it back down so that I have it next to my washing area, and just put it just like so and out of the way, okay? And I think that turned out awesome. I hope you think so too, because it is really fun. I just love it when sometimes I like to do the extra mile, because I just like to see, I don't know, I just like to have fun. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, you can put the extra in the jars. I do that too, but usually I use mine so fast that by the time I put it back in the jar, I'm over it. Some people don't have jars, so if you don't have any jars, you want to tape that up real good and keep the air out of it. So, yeah. Okay, so I think I have wow, that's almost dry already. That's crazy. Yes, aren't they? Yeah, the only thing this one is lacking is orange. Orange would have been so cool, I think. Would have been really pretty on here. Now, I have this all together, and this is going to go in the middle, like so. And I hope I can get this right, or somewhat right. My glue gun is hot. I think that looks pretty straight. Of course, that doesn't matter. As soon as I put it on there, I'll put it down crooked. So, yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me see my glue gun here. I put a long glue stick on here the other night. We'll see. Okay, let's see if I can just put one on each corner. Yeah, one in the middle. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good. And press it down with your fingers. Now, it did come with little tabs. I was looking for them, little sticky tabs. Oh, here they are. So you can use your little sticky tabs. I just used my glue gun. And look at that, you guys. What a great practice. What a great little... This is so cute. What a great idea. And how cute is that? And I do know that we took a little extra time when I showed you how to do the extra boo-boo that I did, but it made me feel better. And now look at my project. Look how cute that looks. Isn't that fun? I do say, yes, I think that this could have a little bit of orange on it, and it would be absolutely amazing. You guys, if you would like to join and make something really fun like this and have a good old time, just message me. And also, please come into my free VIP group, and I would love it. So message me and let me know what you're thinking. And anyway, I will see you soon. Have a good night. Love you all.